Hello folks, welcome to my channel Java Demystified by SSR. Here comes the question number 33. Explain switch statement in Java. Let's demystify this question. So let me open my editor, Sublime Text. Yeah, switch statement in Java. A switch is actually a selection statement in any programming language that we have known so far, like C, C++, Java, and etc. So there are two selection statements. One is if, the second one is switch. If is a two-way statement. That means there are only two ways. One is true, another is false. That means if expression always evaluates to a Boolean, it may be a true block that is going to get executed, else the false block is going to get executed. Now the second one is switch. A switch is a multi-way statement. That means we have multiple options, multiple alternatives, and one can select one or more options. It may be a one option or more options. So that is possible actually using a switch statement. It's basically a multi-way statement. Interestingly, the switch statement involves 4 keywords. Switch itself is a keyword, and switch contains cases, and each case can be broken. That means after one case is matched, you can actually come out of that particular switch block by using a keyword called break. And if none of the cases are matched, then default is going to get matched. So in this way, we have 4 keywords: switch, case, break, and default. And most important thing is a switch of expression. So whatever the expression that switch takes is evaluating to integrals and string. That means the expression can evaluate to either integral values. Integral values means integers plus character, or it may be a string also. It cannot evaluate to a Boolean or a floating value, etc. because it evaluates only to integral and string. And in Java, even though long is integral value, so long is not accepted as a switch expression value. The switch expression can be evaluated to integer, byte, short, or it may be a character. From 1.7, Java 1.7 onwards, string is also allowed. Okay, so when you compare if and switch, if actually evaluates to Boolean, either true or false, whereas since switch is a multi-way statement, you have so many options, so many alternatives. So the expression evaluates to integers. You can have integer range of cases that are possible. Okay, and 1.7 onwards, as I told, string is allowed as a switch expression. Okay, with these details, let's now go to some program, understand it practically. Now I'm going to my test.java. I have a program written already for switch. So here what I'm doing is I'm making use of a scanner class from util package, because I would like to read a month number from the user. I will ask the user to enter a month number, and I will tell what is the season. For example, somebody enters the month number 2, the season is winter. The month number is, let's say, 5, that is May, the season is summer. So this is what we are actually going to achieve through this program. So user will enter a month number, and that month number has to be read. And I'm using scanner. So scanner has a method nextInt that reads actually integers, and that I'm placing in month number. Now if you see switch off month number, so here the expression is just a variable. Okay, switch off month number. So month number can be any integer value, but we are asking the user to enter only 1 to 12. User may enter something else also. We will see what happens if something else is entered. Now switch off month number. Now I have 12 cases because there are 12 months. So now case 1, case 2, case 12, and case 11, it is going to be winter season. So that's why what I am writing in case 1, I didn't write anything, and there is no break as well. Case 2, case 12, case 11, whatever the case it may be, it is a winter season, and after that I am actually making a break. For example, user enters 2. So case 2 is matched, and then what is the statement that is going to get printed? Winter season and break. So you will be coming out of the switch statement. And somebody enters 10, then it goes to case 10. So after case 10, it goes to 9, 8, 7, and here it finds the statement rainy season and break. So it comes out of the switch statement. Okay, so whenever break is encountered, it comes out of the switch block. So in this way, we have actually arranged these case labels because I want to find the season. When month is 1, 2, 12, and 11, it is a winter season, and 10, 9, 8, 7, it is going to be rainy. Other than these numbers, that is 3, 4, 5, 6, this is going to be a summer season. So that's why judiciously this break has been used. Okay, if none of these cases is matched, then the default case is going to get matched, and whenever somebody enters some value which is not 1 or in between 1 to 12, then it gives a statement saying, oops, please enter a proper month number. Okay, so let's now save this and run this particular program. Yeah, so this is my test.java. So Java C test.java. So compiled successfully. Whenever I say Java space test, that's not nothing but test.main. So it goes to the main method, and so it asks enter a month number. For example, I'm saying 12. So 12 actually is a winter season, right? So again, I'm running. So I'm saying now 5. This is going to be a summer season, and I'm going to give some 8 actually. So which is going to be a rainy season. And what happens if somebody enters out of the range value? For example, somebody is entering 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3 is an integer, but it's not actually there as a case. So 1, 2, 3. So it says, oops, please enter a proper month number. So this is how basically a switch statement will work. Okay, so the first important thing is a switch of expression. The expression evaluates to integral and string as well. And a break, whenever break is encountered, it will come out of that particular switch statement. And if none of the cases is matched, then default case is going to get matched. Okay, so now let's see one more example. I have already written this particular example where the expression value is going to be string now. Okay, so now I'm going to main.java. So here also I am making use of my scanner class to read a color, okay, and that color was put into a variable color of type string. Then switch off color. Okay, switch off expression. This expression is now actually a string. So now my case labels are going to be strings: case red, case green, case blue. Okay, so then a default actually. So now every case is now getting every case is actually after a statement I am writing a break statement. That means whenever case is red, I am going to write rows are red and then break. So then come out of it. Okay, so I don't want to carry these cases just like how I carried in the previous example. Okay, so I'm reading a string and switch off that string, and the 3 strings I'm verifying actually red, green, blue. And if none of these colors is entered, oops, please enter a proper color. Like that, the statement is going to be displayed on the monitor. Let's save this and run and try to understand. So Java C main.java, compiled successfully, there is no issue, and then say Java main, enter a color. Now I am going to give a color red, and it's going to say roses are red. Now I am going to give some color called green, and it is going to give me the earth is green. And if I give blue, because I have these 3 options, the ocean is blue. If I am giving any other option actually, Okay, let me try. So let's say I am saying orange. So it says, please enter proper color. So there should be RGB, red, green, blue. Okay, so this is how it can be done. And one more important thing here is, for example, when I run here, I am actually giving my color in capital case, red. Case red is there, but what I'm doing is I'm actually giving in capital case. Then it says, oops. If I'm giving actually in a mixed case, then also it says, oops. That means the case actually should be in a smaller case. That's what I uh, written actually. So how to solve this kind of problem? Okay, case red, that can be mixed case, capital case, whatever it may be, it should accept. So now in that case, what I have to do is, whenever actually I am taking a string from the user, whatever the format he enters, that means it may be capital case or lowercase or mixed case. Since my cases are in lowercase, I want actually them to be in lowercase. So for that, I have a method actually which applies for strings to lowercase. There's a method called to lowercase. So whatever the value that is entered by the user, what I'm doing is I'm converting that into lowercase because my case labels are in lowercase. Now my problem will be solved. Okay, let me now compile this. Yeah, so main.java compiled successfully, and when I run here, enter a color. Now I'm keeping in complete uppercase red. Now see, roses are red because the red, capital case red, is getting converted to lowercase because my case labels are in smaller case. Okay, for that we have two lowercase example. So this way, so everything else also will work. For example, I am giving blue. This is a mixed case, actually B capital, but my case label is small blue, right? Now you can see the version is blue because the lowercase applies and it is actually storing the values in the smaller case letters. So this is how this problem can be solved. Okay, and what else is there in a switch statement to explain? So switch can actually take characters as well. So I have an example. Let's see here. Okay, same scanner, and I'm going to read a character and switch off this character. And because your switch expression evaluates to character, your case labels must be characters, and every character is represented in single quote, and every string is represented in double quotes, right? So now I have case A, case B, and case C, and they are actually uppercase characters. And how I'm reading a character? So case h equal to sc dot next. So this is to read the string, and because I'm reading a character, caret of 0 will be my char actually, right? So let's see how it works. So Java C, and this program is main demo.java. So compiled successfully. Let me run actually Java main demo. Enter a character. So I'm actually entering a character, let's say B, capital B I'm entering. So now how it will be read? So first it will be read as a string, sc dot next, then caret of 0. So in the string, what is at the 0th position? That is nothing but B, right? So now B was actually there in CH. Switch off CH, that means switch off B, and case B is going to get matched. Case A will not match, then it comes to case B. Case B matched, and system.out.println ball and break. So it comes out of the switch block actually. So by the time it prints actually ball, right? In the same fashion, we can actually do with the capital C. It prints a cat. And the same fashion I can actually do with A, and it is apple. For example, if I'm not giving any of these three characters, for example, I'm giving small a case is not available. So it says, oops, please enter proper color or maybe proper character, whatever it may be. So I have not changed this statement actually. So please enter proper character, which may be A, B, or C, right? So how to solve this problem? Because it is A, but my cases are capital cases. Now what actually I have to do is, now I have to convert whatever the value I'm reading into uppercase. Then I will extract the character from that. So in order to do that, what I do is sc.next dot to uppercase. like to lowercase, I have a method called to uppercase dot caret 0. Now what happens? Whatever character is entered, that is going to get converted to uppercase first, and then character is extracted. Now, even though you enter small a, now it is going to become capital A because my cases are actually in capital case. Okay. So now let me actually compile this, compile successfully. And when I run, so now, for example, I'm giving small a, but small a case is not there for me, right? But this a is going to get converted to capital A, and you're going to see apple as the outcome. In the same fashion, if you see a small c I gave, so it says cat, and if I give small b, even then it gives me ball, right? So this is how, whatever the case you give, the characters will be read properly according to the cases that you have written, and you will be getting the output. Okay, so hope you have understood the switch statement in detail and loved this video. So thank you for watching this video. If you like my explanation, so please share this video to your friends, and if not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. So thank you. See you with more videos.